Personally, I have to say Ja Morant is one of my favorite players in the association. I wonder who some of your favorite players are in the association, but when you're Ja Morant and you post a triple-double, and the most impressive part of that triple-double is 14 assists, as 7 of those assists, I went ahead and counted, were actually spectacular. The highlight reel of the night absolutely belongs to Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. How soon until Darvin Ham is the new head coach of that Milwaukee Bucks team? I'm just saying. Now, seriously, who is your favorite player to watch in the association? Ja is absolutely in my top 5. Welcome to the NBA rundown for Halloween night. It is super late on the West Coast. New to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and of course like this video. On tonight's show, we are going to play a Jalen Rose interview with Ja Morant. I've got that for you coming up in just a little bit. We'll also cover what else went down in the association tonight. Devin Booker, I can tell you, scored 40 in the Phoenix Suns victory. So we'll get into that on the backside. A big show for you as always, but it is Halloween night still technically here on the West Coast. And how could we not start out without showing you a video of Victor Wembanyama walking into a basketball game tonight. Now, I'm not sure exactly what this particular costume is. I think this is more of a reflection of when you're like 7'5", where do you go to actually buy a Halloween outfit? This looks like something that he threw together at the last minute. Now, watching him walk in, it looks as if he's actually like wearing high heels or something, because he can't walk at all in this. Wemby did have a nice game tonight. We'll cover that in just a little bit. All right, now we begin with the Memphis Grizzlies tonight, who did not have Desmond Bane, no Marcus Smart tonight. We know Gigi Jackson is still out. They were at home. You would have thought that the Milwaukee Bucks would have put up a better fight than they actually did. And if you will, there was a significant amount of garbage time in this particular game. And no, I'm not making a Kill Tony joke here. There just was. I mean, Giannis had a great night. He scored 37. Outside of that, he had very little help from anybody. Damian Lillard is a disappointment as far as I'm concerned with this Milwaukee Bucks team. And I referenced it earlier, but Doc Rivers has to be thinking how much better it was actually being an announcer than being a coach of a basketball team that's not going anywhere. I know he's done a lot of that throughout his career, but this is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, the box score for the Memphis Grizzlies tonight is very impressive across the board. Jaren Jackson Jr., 13 points. Zach Edey, the rookie, 10 points. Another rookie, Jalen Wells, 16 points. He played great. Ja Morant, as I mentioned, the triple-double, 26, 14 assists, and 10 rebounds in the game. The most underrated, or I would say probably one of the most underrated players in the NBA, in my opinion, is actually on this Memphis Grizzlies team. And that's Sante Aldama. And I always struggle with his name, but he put up 19 tonight and 9 rebounds. You know, one of the most impressive things about Ja Morant, at least this version of Ja Morant, it's not the dunks, as great as those are, and it's not the jump shots, and it's not the quick moves with the ball handling skills and everything. And it's one of the things that people love about Caitlin Clark. And that's her ability to actually make everybody else around her better. And that is exactly what Ja Morant has been doing with the Memphis Grizzlies so far this particular year. He's averaging, for the 6 games they played, over 20 points. He's also averaging 9.4 assists a game. If he keeps that assist piece up, this Memphis Grizzlies team is going to be a scary team when the playoffs start, assuming everybody is totally healthy. Okay, going to go ahead and play the interview that Jalen Rose conducted with Ja Morant just about a couple days ago. Going to come back with some final thoughts and then give you the rest of your National Basketball Association rundown for a Halloween night.
I encourage, everybody who's going through, what I'm going through, who's dealing with stress, anxiety, to, go talk to somebody.
What has it been like for you to see people criticize your inner circle and talk about who you should be hanging with, why you should be hanging with them, and or what have you learned about how you should move with your team going forward?
Honestly, I feel like we put ourselves in, that situation with, our past mistakes. And now it's only right that, we focus in and lock in on, being smarter and more responsible, holding each other accountable, for everything. I feel like in the past we didn't know what was at stake. Mm-hmm. And now, finally me having that time to, realize everything, have that time alone. I realize that now. I realize, what I have to lose, and, for us as a group, what we have to lose. And it's pretty much just that, being more responsible, more smarter, and staying away from, all the bad decisions. Mm-hmm. When you see somebody about to make a bad decision, stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was Jalen Rose with Ja Morant, and I have to say I'm really rooting for Ja. I really am, and he hasn't really done anything that wrong so far, and I would love to see, there not be any off-the-court issues and just concentrate just purely on what is great, which is him on the court. And he's also a lot of fun. I mean, he's a fun guy off the court, and he's got a great personality. And so I'm assuming that we've seen the last of the off-court shenanigans, so to speak. And I don't think we'll see any more of those happen. And it's good to see some maturity break through as well. Now, for the rest of your National Basketball Association, we're going to do a quick rundown on what else went down in the NBA tonight. In Dallas, the Houston Rockets came into town and beat them 108-102. Jalen Green had 23 points in that game tonight. Kyrie had 28, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Houston Rockets are my other team to keep a very close eye on as this particular season goes. Now, Wemby, we showed that video of Wemby earlier. It did not wear that outfit while he played his game tonight. Wemby had 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists in the victory, 106-88 over a basketball team called the Utah Jazz. It's about all you can say about the Jazz at this point. And then finally, the game that just wrapped up about a half hour ago, the Phoenix Suns in the brand new, beautiful Clippers Intuit Dome Arena beat the Clippers 125-119. And I mentioned it earlier, Devin Booker put up a 40-piece in this game. Just on about any given night, this particular Phoenix Suns team is just flat out scary, as you all know. You don't know if it's going to be Kevin Durant scoring 35, if it's going to be Bradley Beal scoring 25, and somebody else chipping in another 30. But tonight it was a Devin Booker and no Bradley Beal, by the way, in tonight's game. And yet they still just flat out destroyed. They didn't destroy him, but they beat the Clippers by 6 in a game that I would expect the Phoenix Suns to win. But since they didn't have Bradley Beal, I expected the Clippers to actually come out on top tonight, and I guess I was wrong. All right, that is it for this edition of the NBA Rundown. I'd love to know who some of your favorite players are in the association. Who are some of your favorite players to actually just watch play? Forget about the stats. Who do you actually really enjoy watching? Of course, I'm wearing a Timberwolves hoodie. So clearly, Ant-Man is one of my favorite players to watch. I also love watching Naz Reid play. His jump shot has never been seen before. He doesn't really jump. It is a thing of acquired beauty, might be the best way to describe that. All right, that's it for the NBA rundown. I'm Dave DeBaugh, wishing you all a tremendous rest of your sports viewing day.
This is Phoenix.